Hey, welcome back everybody to another wheel swap. We're gonna go ahead and work on this beautiful white McLaren F1. This is a limited color run or exclusive color run to Best Buy. Some of these did end up making it out to the Dollar Trees, so we are lucky enough to find this one. So we're gonna go ahead and do a quick wheel swap and make it look that much better. So we're going to go ahead and get started by cutting off the plastic wheels. You can use some wire cutters to cut them off. I'm going to go ahead and cut the wheel in two pieces and then slide my wire cutter between the base and the plastic wheel and cut the axle off. Um, we're going to go ahead and do the same with the ones in the back. So we're going to cut off a piece of the wheel so we have room to slide our wire cutters between the wheel and the base of the body. If your wire cutters fit without having to cut off a piece of the wheel, that's perfect. I like these because they're a little bit stronger in regards to cutting off the axle, but they are a little bit bulky. I'm thinking I'm going to be modifying these so that I'm able to slide them in between the axle and to get to the axle between the body and the tire. But not a big deal. We can just cut off a piece of the plastic tire. We're not going to use them again. And then you can get your wire cutters to cut off the axle. Now we're going to go ahead and open our LODC wheels pack. This is a chrome rim lip with white insert. So I think it's going to go nicely with our white McLaren. So we're going to go white on white with that chrome lip. That's going to make it pop nicely. So we're going to go ahead and get our LODC axle. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut off a little small piece. You don't have to cut off the piece to get your wheel on, but I like to cut a little piece off the axle just to flare it a little bit. It gives it that little extra snug fit, but not necessary. So we're going to go ahead and face it down so that the piece does not shoot off. So remember, safety first. Always wear your safety goggles uh, so that you don't get an injury. So now we're going to go ahead and press the LODC wheel. We're going to go ahead and go with the 10 millimeters in the front. So we're going to fit it, see how much we have to cut off of the axle so that we can get a nice fit. Remember, less is more, so I always say cut less, and like that you don't end up cutting the axle too short. So if needed, we can always do a couple extra cuts just to get it right. So we're going to go ahead and test it out again, see how much more we need to cut or if it fits perfect. Looks like this time we're going to go ahead and be okay with the amount that we cut off. So now it fits perfect. So we're going to go ahead and do the same with the back ones. I was thinking of adding the 12 millimeters to the bag to see how it would fit. But I'm thinking they might be a little bit too big. So we're going to go ahead and give it a try and see how it looks. So we're going to do the same. We're going to test fit it, see if it'll roll smoothly. But unfortunately, the wheel is a bit too big for the wheel well. So we're going to have to go with the 10 millimeters. If you wanted to fit a larger wheel, you can always do some grinding of the wheel well and you'll be able to get a nice fit and still let it roll. So I went ahead and tested it on the front too because it looks like there's a bit of a gap, but the wheel is too big. So we're going to have to either do some grinding or just stick with our 10 millimeter wheels. So now I'm just doing another test fit just to see how it looks with the 10 millimeter in the front and 12 millimeter in the back. Or say you wanted to go with 10 millimeters all around, you can drill the car and then lower it. Just takes a little bit more customization. For this purpose, we're just gonna go ahead and do a wheel swap. So we're just gonna go ahead and proceed with cutting our axle for the back and then testing it to see how much more we need to cut off to make sure it has a nice fit. So now I'm just pressing the additional 12 millimeter wheel. Like I said, no gluing, no crimping, no bending of the axles. Pretty easy. Just press in your LODC wheel, cut your axle to fit, and that's it. So right here you can tell that it doesn't really roll that good. It's a bit snug, so we're just gonna remove the 12 millimeter wheels and we're gonna go ahead and put our 10 millimeters. The great thing about our wheels is that you can remove them, put them on back again, and you're fine. As long as you're not causing too much damage to the insert of the axle, you're fine. You can take them off a couple of times and put them back on, and they won't come off. If you do happen to play with them a bit too much and you wear it out, you can always add a little bit of glue and it'll fit perfectly fine. But if you're not removing them a lot, it's perfectly fine to do it a couple of times. So it looks like our 10 millimeters fit a lot better than the 12 millimeters. So if you guys do like these wheels, you can purchase them on our website, www.lodcwheels.com. In case you forget, it's up on the left hand corner, our website. And you can also find it on the descriptions. Keep an eye out for our holiday sales, as we do sales often, so you can get some of your wheels. Thank you and have a great day.